There's a sea of negativity out there right now that is almost unprecedented as we've seen in this pandemic. And that negativity is driving people to make decisions, react in a certain way, and overall just be touchier than they've ever been emotionally. We are just now starting to get into the phase where we're going to start seeing the mental health issues associated with this COVID quarantine. Yesterday, I read an article about Michael Phelps talking about his struggles and the times that he feels depressed and anxious and stressed, why he's going through what he's going through right now. And I really am concerned of what we're doing. But I think I may have a solution, at least for you, maybe not for society. Look, if I had a solution for society, I would sell it and go buy a private island somewhere, right? But I don't think it works like that. So we're going to talk about the sea of negativity and the voice of the critic right now and why it bothers us. But before I do that, I gotta tell you about this thing, right? This Catalyst School. We just launched Catalyst School Live and our overall Catalyst School platform. If you're a coach, if you lead people, if you're anywhat responsible for the success of other human beings, and you're not doing Catalyst School Live, the question is why? Why is that investment not worth your time? There's a no-risk investment, no cost for 7 days. You sign up, you get 7 days free, which means you get access to everything that's already in the library and at least one live coaching session, because I do them every week. And the every week is not like, it's a 5-minute session. The last one lasted an hour and 15 minutes, and it was on dealing with resistance. And the one before that was understanding our purpose. Look, I'm going to set the world on fire when it comes to this. And either you're going to get on the bus or the bus is going to leave you and your competitors are going to be doing Catalyst School Live and they're going to be winning. If you want to understand what it takes to be psychologically engaged and as a part of the process, and understanding why people are different and how you can coach them, then join Catalyst School Live. Look, $19 a month. I mean, my hourly rate is significantly more than that. And I'm doing this because I absolutely love to work with coaches. But I also want people on there, coaches, leaders, managers. If you run a business and you listen to this, if you're a parent, my God, don't you want to know what it's like and how to parent the individual nature of your kid differently? Isn't that important? Catalyst School Live is going to give you that answer. So make sure you go to thecatalyst.school.com for more information and to sign up. You got to take advantage of this. Like, I'm serious. I'm like imploring you at this point now. If you don't do it, you're missing out. Okay, so I'm not going to be your critic. But I want to share with you why something is an issue right now. It seems like everywhere I go, everything I read, people are walking around with this like negativity. You're not wearing a mask. You are wearing a mask. We should start early. We shouldn't. People are dying. Grandma's dying. It's all over the place. And people can't even think for themselves right now. Because my God, if you think the wrong way, there's going to be 5,000 people telling you you're an idiot, right? Because you didn't agree with them. Oh my gosh, watch out. You might have a different of opinion, right? Oh my gosh, that is one of the perspectives that we're all allowed to have is our own opinion, right? But not if it disagrees with Bobby or Jack or Toby or Karen online. Oh my God, oh geez. God forbid you have a free thought. And God forbid that you gain wisdom and that over the course of time, the success and what you're going through, my goodness, nobody can have the opportunity to learn and grow and evolve from an opinion standpoint, right? You got to know it now, and that now has got to be exactly the way I think, or you're an idiot, you're a dumbass, right? It's everything in life. A couple weeks ago, I got a call from this guy, and he's railing in my direct messages about another guy in our field. How he's just mean, he's short-minded, and I, like an idiot, I fell for it, knowing the other guy, and I'm like, hey, look, it doesn't really matter what he thinks, you do your job. And I was kind of consoling this guy, and it went on for about an hour and a half. way too much time because 2 days later, I just innocuously post to one of his tweets like, hey, you know what? We never know the motivation of people that are doing that. And I got blasted by a so-called enlightened soul, somebody who teaches the ability to separate emotion from decisions, socially evaluative learning, things like that, right? All of a sudden, somebody who's responsible for teaching the youth of America on how to control their emotions and not bully starts bullying me on Twitter. But does it because I sent a message on direct message, said, hey, dude, whoa, I wasn't trying to inflame you. And the next thing started coming out, you're an idiot. You need to be careful who you talk to. I've gotten emails from your employers. And I said, oh, really? Why don't you show me those? And the answer was, no, you don't trust my integrity? Like, you think I'm that bad? But they're concerned about your mental health. Because I didn't agree with them, right? Oh, yeah, it's a mental coach, right? It's another mental coach. I mean, give me a break. What I even said wasn't even, all I said was, hey, maybe we should understand the motivations of the people that are there. Why are they there? Not because I was justifying it, maybe to look at the bigger picture, but if I don't agree with your certain perspective in life, I'm an idiot. What the hell is that negativity? You know what it told me? I'm never going to help that person again and won't recommend that person again, and probably saw more about the pain and suffering that person's going through, about how it lashes out at somebody who was trying to help them. But anyway, that also fits on another person that I had earlier in this couple months when I sent a message on social media. I'm an idiot. Like, I fall into this crap all the time, and I know we all do. It's like stepping in dog crap in the backyard. That's me. I think I have a good heart. I think I try to help people. I think I really care what people think, and I realize not everybody has good intentions. So another guy who gets all flustered about or fired up about reading negative reviews online and then blasts the people who leaves them, I said, dude, you've helped so many lives. Don't focus on that. Focus on the number that you've helped, right? Like, hey, rah, rah. And I get blasted on social media. You don't tell me how to feel. You're privileged, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, wow, talk about bite the hand that feeds you, okay? And I got a bunch of DMs afterwards like, whoa, hello. Once again, somebody who is a self-proclaimed expert on emotional regulation. Look, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I've said things that I've been wrong about. I've believed things that are wrong. I've screwed up more things than I've gotten right. But I can tell you what's in my heart. See, I don't believe in the whole negativity drives and we're falling apart world. We live in a world where there's injustice. There's crap out there. There are people hurting, suffering, dying. There's racial inequality. There's gender inequality. There's sexual harassment. There's job discrimination. Okay, it's all out there. But we still live in a world that despite all the pain, suffering, and negativity out there, we're more enlightened and opportunity to succeed than we've ever been. Okay? Now, don't hit me up. I'm not going political here. Okay? Because even if you tried to assume what my political and spiritual beliefs are, you'd be wrong. Okay? So don't go that. And don't turn this podcast off either. Because what I want you to understand is why we go negative. See, we go negative because we have something that makes us upset inside about normally something that we can't control. See, if you were upset about something you could control, each and every one of you on this call, each and every one of you on this podcast would get your butt going to work and you'd get after it to make it better. But you wouldn't blast other people. In fact, you would probably say, thank you for giving me the wisdom, the honesty, and the truth to help me be better. Thank you for that. But when we can't control the actors, all we try to do is influence the way that somebody else thinks to perceive because I need somebody to agree with my level of angst. I need somebody to soothe me on the back like your mama used to do and say, now, you're so right. They shouldn't have treated you that way. It happens in sports and performance all the time. The ref screwed me. and you look around for everybody to agree with you. Coach is wrong and he's playing the wrong person. She did this, she did that, he is wrong, the administrators are wrong, and everybody. And instead of seeing the world in the way that can actually be beneficial and picking up other people, what you actually see is you see negativity because it's easier to go there than making yourself better. Don't give me that crap. If you want to change the world you live in, then start changing the way that you react and respond to people. Who cares what Jack4737 says on Twitter if they don't agree with you? Who cares if your coach isn't playing you? You know what? Get better. If you don't like your playing time, be better. I've sat on the bench. I've caught batting practice in 100-degree weather with 90% humidity for 2.5 hours a day before every game, which meant I wasn't going to play in the game, and I did it for an entire summer in South Louisiana heat. And it snowed, and I had to walk up and down both ways, uphill, right? And then I had to go out and catch the gazelle in my backyard and skin it myself. Give me a break. We all have hardship. Now, I ain't going to lie. I grew up in an amazing family. My parents gave me a lot. My parents also both worked 2 jobs. They taught me what it was like to work at 10 o'clock at night. And I remember when I went on internship, my wife and I, Missy and I had been married. We had a baby. Logan was 4. Caroline was 4 months old. So we went on internship. So we went up and it was tough. We had bought a house in Baton Rouge in grad school. We paid $55,000 for this house. Our house payment was $327 a month, $426. I can't remember. We renovated it and we sold it and made a really nice profit. So we bought a house when we moved to Rhode Island. We needed help to buy it, but we did. The reason was we knew that if we had cash in our bank account, we were going to blow it. So we invested it and bought a house and fixed a house up in Providence. And she worked 3 weeks of days, 3 weeks of nights, every third weekend. I had 2 young kids. We were running and gunning all over town. We were having to charge our groceries. And when we parked in the parking deck at the mall, we had to hurry up and get out of there in 3 hours so that we could park for free. Because on more than one occasion, we went in there to go eat a hot dog and Chinese food that we could eat for under $20 for a family of 4. And if you stayed under 3 hours, it was free. And there were numerous times that we ran through the mall trying to get out of there before that 3-hour window hit because we knew if we got stuck, I had no cash to get out. And I heard after the fact that some of my colleagues thought I was you ready for this? Hold on, I want you to listen to this. A trust fund baby. Because we had a house. And the fact that we were building something. And I remember laughing about that afterwards. I said, "You're serious, right? A trust fund baby?" No. See, I was wading in the swamps of Devil's Swamp in South Louisiana, which is the second most toxic swamp in the country, pulling chain in order to save money to buy an engagement ring. Now, my parents were there. If I wanted, I could have gone to them, but I refused to because my parents taught me that you hustle. You take your circumstances every day. You don't allow negativity to breathe and to be a part of you. Instead, you make a positive light on somebody else. You build your future and you don't accept your consequences ever. My grandfather had a 4th grade education, was a carpenter, and worked around the clock. My dad in the Air Force would work nights as a pharmacist for extra money. So when people say those things of being privileged or you don't understand what it's like, you're right, I don't. You know why? Because I have family that have done some very fortunate things for me. But that doesn't mean it stops with me. That means I got to pay it forward. I don't want my kids to see the negativity. I want my kids to see whatever they're in, whatever circumstance they're in, that whoever they're working with, who has it better than them or less than them, doesn't see negativity as the default, doesn't see complaining as the default, doesn't see lack of control or blasting people on social media as the default. I want them to not see negativity as the answer. I want them to see positivity as the pathway. That the opportunity always lies with what we see in our eyes. And when we can focus on the opportunities that are before us, we can build our own future. And it's not fair. The world is not fair. And people don't all start at the same starting line. But you know what? Effort does not discriminate. If you have a great opportunity and you put the effort towards it, it may not work out, but it'll get you further along than somebody who sits behind and complains on social media that I'm an idiot because I disagree with them, and they're going to make veiled threats at me about what's going on with people at my employer. Okay? That's crap. What's important is that we all find the opportunity to build our future. And as catalysts in what we do in our life, that we teach individuals that they can create their outcome. Coaches, if you're not teaching people that their work ethic, their process gives them an increased opportunity for success, if you're telling them areas to work on and then you forget what you told them, and they do it and they come back to you and it doesn't work, they've lost trust in you and they are going to complain. See, it's not always about them. It's sometimes about us. If you're not doing the job and showing up with a mindset of intensity and purpose in what you're doing every day, you're failing them. If you're as a parent and you go behind the scenes of your kid and you talk to the principal or you pay extra money to have your kids start, you're failing them. That's not being a catalyst. That's being a crutch. You're not building them up, you're giving them something to lean on. Build them up in everything we do. You're going to have critics in your life that are going to make you better. You're going to have people that tell you you suck, and it may bother you. But one of the reasons is it may be true. It may be somebody that you value. It may be somebody that is important in your viewpoint of life. See, critics are not negative. Critics can be painful, but they're not negative. When we allow negativity in and then we become powerless, we become defeated, we become apathetic, and we become a crutch. See, being a catalyst is about never settling. Now, I may have pissed you off in this podcast, and if so, I hope it inspires you to get better. I 100% agree that this world is not fair for everybody. Everybody's running a different race. Everybody has different opportunities. I don't know why we have a world like that, but we do. And there's systemic reasons, political reasons, all that. Yes. Okay. So don't DM me on that. Okay. But what I do know is that I can see videos online of somebody who's taken a bar and cinder blocks and training, and somebody who has a 5,000 square foot gym in their house is laying on the couch. If the person wants it bad enough and has enough catalyst around them, they will find a way through. They will learn to accept the critiques and the impressions and the direction from people who are willing to share with them. It's simple as that. I get tired of the default defeated, can't do it, powerless, and I want to blast everybody on social media. Life's not worth that. Life's not worth that. I don't walk around with that much anger in my heart. I freaking love people. And I was raised to sit down with people that you differ with, have dinner with them, buy their dinner, talk to them, ask them genuine questions about their background. You know, why do you do it this way? Or why do you believe that? Can you tell me more? Because diversity of thought and diversity of experience creates powerful wisdoms. Make sure you join me on Thursday morning, 9 o'clock Central. We're going to talk about critics. We're going to talk about struggle and how you as a catalyst can use it to get better. It's free. Listen, all you got to do is sign up. Go to thecatalyst.school.com, click on the Catalyst Live link, sign up, completely free. If I don't do a good job, you go in, you cancel, and it costs you zero. But an open mind and an opportunity. See, you got to make that choice, not me. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be ready. Are you?